Capital of Nigeria prepares to give the welcome of its life to Queen Elizabeth II, or in its own language, to Oba Obiarin, the King Lady.
One of Queen Elizabeth II's visits to Nigeria, first in 1953, when she spent about 20 days visiting different towns.
17 hours from the mists of London Airport, the Queen's Argonaut comes to rest in the sunshine of Ikeja, the airport of Lagos. The Guard of Honor is mounted by the Nigeria Regiment, many of whom, like the Queen's husband, wear the Burma Star.
And the second one was in 2003, during President Olusegun Obasanjo's tenure.
My country particularly applauds the leading part the Nigerian government and people are playing in the new Partnership for Africa's Development and the international community's efforts to bring peace and stability to Liberia, Sierra Leone, and other nations racked by conflict in West Africa.
Your Majesty's visit to Nigeria is indeed very significant, and it is a momentous occasion for every Nigerian.
Nigeria was one of the realms of the Commonwealth of Nations that shared the same person as sovereign and head of state. Effective with the Nigeria Independence Act 1960, no British government minister could advise the sovereign on any matters pertaining to Nigeria, meaning that on all matters of Nigeria, the monarch was advised solely by Nigerian ministers. All Nigerian bills required royal assent. The monarch was represented in the Federation by the Governor General of Nigeria, who was appointed by the monarch on the advice of the Nigerian Prime Minister. After independence, the monarch held our sovereignty in virtue of our Nigerian crown and acted on the advice of the Nigerian government. The relationship could not have been allowed go down the drain, as the death of the Queen is like the death of a Nigerian. To this effect, the federal government visited the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Catherine Lang, at her residence in Abuja. The visit was by the Secretary to the Government to the Federation, Boss Mustafa. Also following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom, the federal government directed all flags in Nigeria and its missions abroad be flown at half-mast on Sunday, September 11th, 2022 and Monday, September 12th, 2022.
It is a mist of bad reactions, really. A lady has just died. She's very famous all over the world. One of the world leaders. She has ruled England for about 70 years. She lived about 96 years. So the fact is, for humanity's sake, I believe we should celebrate her life. She was not involved in any crime. Well, she has not been convicted of any crime and all of that.
The world will miss Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II, who for over 70 years of her history-making reign showed unmatched dignity, constancy, and a good life of service. She did have her heartaches, but was always an example. She personified little things and encouraged politicians. And moreover, she was a matriarch of the nation. She will be sorely missed.
The late Queen Elizabeth's funeral is scheduled for Monday, September 19th. According to New York Times, the events, which would hold in Westminster Abbey, is expected to be attended by world leaders. The remains of the late monarch are expected to lie in state for 4 days, and mourners will be able to pay their respects. On Monday, the Queen's coffin will be moved by procession to St. Giles Cathedral, accompanied by the King and members of the royal family. Currently, the coffin is covered with the royal standard, with a wreath of flowers placed on top. Bumi Adigun, OGTV News.